Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today's Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Um, Quick little rundown of the week. It's been a little slow this week. We've taken, I think, 4 trades total. We're up a total of plus 2R on all counts, which is decent. A lot of my setups, my levels, has been just choppy and NQ this week. And since I'm no longer taking trades in oil or YM or the Dow, it's not much for me to do if my levels aren't being tapped into. So it's been a little bit of a slow week. Today's market's looking a little bit decent. We have some key levels that we could possibly be tapped into, and hopefully we're able to make take some setups off these levels, and hopefully the trade presents themselves. Again, we're only here to be disciplined. Like I preach in this channel, we're here to be disciplined, stay patient, and wait for these levels to set up. And once they do, we execute on the trade. Right. The one thing we control in trading is the mindset we bring into it, and we got to make sure we know that the trades we jump into, we can't control those trades. It is what it is. Once you enter, it could go up, down, all around, but we do not control that. All right, guys, here are my charts. Hourly charts per usual. ES on the left side, NQ on the right. Quick little rundown of my key levels and what I'm seeing today. The time's 6:53 already, so the market's been open here for about 23 to 24 minutes. We've already had a move or price to come in and tap into one of my key levels on NQ. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take the setup. It moved just too quickly. I'll show you guys that one here in a little bit. But let's go through ES first and show you guys my key levels. As usual, you guys know I'm session high, session low. This is session high currently, low of the day here, 50% retracement. There's currently no pivots in between, but this one is about to become one as soon as the hourly candle closes. Let's zoom into the 1 minute. We still have a London low here and Asia high. So these are two levels that I'm pretty interested in. This London low correlates with my hourly pivot, so that's even better confluence, more confluence for me, and makes me more interested in this level. We'll see. We'll wait for one of these levels to be tapped into, and once they do, that's when we'll look for a setup, and hopefully we could get one. On NQ, here we are. The hourly, again, is the session, or this session high has changed, but pre-market, when market first opened, we had session high here, session low here, and the 50% retracement here. If I zoom into the 1 minute, you can see Asia low or Asia high was tapped into. Price came up here, gave a clean reaction, and then sold off. I was looking to take a trade here off of this FVG that we formed, but price sold off too far, and at this point, it was already 30 points away. 35 points away from my entry into my stop loss, and I just didn't want to take it. It was too large of a risk, so I figured I'll wait because we had this 50% level here that price might want to bounce off of, and I didn't have enough room to make my plus 2R target. So here we are. We'll just keep waiting. We have a London low here on NQ. We have a couple hourly pivots here on. Let me see. We have a couple hourly pivots here that are of interest, and we'll just wait, right, guys? There's nothing much for me to do. It's boring trading. It is what it is, and we'll just wait for these levels to be tapped into and possible setup. I'll let you guys know if we do have a setup present itself, and I'll keep you guys updated. Here we are, guys. Possible NQ short here. All right, a minute short. I'll explain the trade right now. Let me just make sure all my stop losses are in place. Okay, guys, so here we are. Like I mentioned earlier in my morning level recap, we had buy-side liquidity up here and an hourly pivot. This was the session high for ES. I'm expecting price to come in here and tap into this level and give a clean reaction, right? Like I mentioned previously in one of my other videos, ES and NQ are strongly correlated. Something that happens on ES might happen on NQ, back and forth and so forth. So I waited for that to happen. NQ gave a solid gap here. Once price decided to close below this gap, that's when I jumped in on the trade, as you saw. Price gave that clean reaction and sold off strong. Unfortunately, it's pulling back right now and it's working against me, but we still have plenty of time. This is a large gap or large stop loss that has potential to come up here and just sell off again. I have nothing else to do here. I'm literally just sitting here. It gets pretty boring once I'm in the trades. I just wait until either my stop loss gets tapped into or my full TP gets triggered. This trade could go on for hours, potentially, because the stop loss is so massive. I'll just sit here and just wait basically the whole time. There's nothing much for me to do. No trades I could take while I'm already in this, so it's just a game of patience here. Okay, guys, here we are. Trade ended up working against me here. it is what it is. It went in my favor. It gave that clean reaction that we're expecting at these key levels again. I can't stress that enough. It gave the reaction I was waiting for. It just reversed against me and came back. This gap was just too big. I couldn't make it up. If it would have closed somewhere near here, the top, then I would have been able to make my plus 2R a whole lot easier. Yeah, I would have been able to get it on that drop. But again, you don't control that outcome in trading, right? It is what it is. You got to be a good loser. I'll take that loser. I'll take it on the chin, and we'll wait for the next setup. This is another key level here for me on the hourly on NQ. If that gets tapped into, we'll take another setup. If not, then we wait. Not much for me to do. Not going to go in here revenge trading or get angry or get mad at the market because I already know coming into it, I don't control it. So we'll wait and see. Hopefully we get another setup. We'll take another trade. We'll be back. All right, guys, possible NQ short here. Finger on the sell button. Okay, and we are in. Stop loss is going to be 96. Okay, guys, so I'll go ahead and explain this trade. Like I said from my previous setup, I had buy side liquidity right here. So this is the hourly. Buy side liquidity was right here. Zoomed into the 30-second. Gave the first gap here, 7-point gap, decent sized gap. Price came in, inversed this right here on the 30-second. And what we're expecting here is a pretty decent sell-off, similar to the trade we took earlier. We're expecting a sell-off down here, possibly come test 50%, or maybe even London lows. So we're in the trade here, guys. Again, not much for me to do. Now we just wait, right? I've waited. I was disciplined to wait for my key level to be tapped into. I looked for the setup. I saw the setup, and now I executed. So now we just wait and see. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, great. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be angry. This is what trading is. It's a game of probabilities, and if it works out, it works out. If not, it doesn't. Okay, guys. So we'll be back. Second trade of the day. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys. We're back. The NQ trade here ended up working in my favor here for a little bit, but ended up stopping me out for full loser. There was another gap down here, another 30-second gap or a 1-minute gap that price decided to bounce off of instead. And it shows you the strength of these gaps, right? You got to make sure it inverses the correct one, or else it's just going to come and bounce off of that. So it is what it is. We're down minus 2R. Emotions are in check. I'm not getting crazy. I'm not going to revenge trade. I'm not going to gamble in this market. I'm going to wait for another key level to be tapped into, and we'll look to take another setup. If there's no key levels that gets tapped into, then unfortunately we're going to have to finish this day minus 2R, but I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you guys know what happens. All right, guys, here we are. Possible NQ short.
Order field. Order field.
We're in on this one. Okay, guys, so here we are. Price has been going up this whole time. Tapped into this buy side liquidity, broke above it, and gave this large 1-minute gap. If price wanted to continue higher and come and top this other buy side liquidity, then it would bounce here, like it tried here, and it tried here, and it tried here, and it would have came back and tapped into this buy side before. So since price came down and inversed this minute gap, or this 1-minute gap, it's showing me that the sellers are now involved in the market and a potential down move is coming. So this is the reason why I'm in this trade right now. And we'll see what happens, right? This is the third trade of the day. If it loses, if it wins, it is what it is. This is the last one for the day for me, and I'll keep you guys posted. I'll be back. Okay, guys, we are back. As you can see, the trade ended up working in my favor here. At first, price dropped down. It tapped what used to be my plus 1R break even. It would have came back, taken me out break even, but since I don't trade that model anymore, price ended up coming back down, tapping me out for a full plus 2R winner, and making me break even on the day. Again, I journal my trades, so journaling every trade is key here to be able to understand that my journal and my long term is telling me that the break even is not working for me right now, that I need to take the plus 2R, all or nothing. This is twice it's happened to me this week where price would have tapped or got me out break even, but I stayed in it. Again, it's not always going to work like that, but fortunately I've been getting lucky this week and it's been working out. So here I'll show you guys my dashboard, finishing the day 3 trades. You guys saw the first one where both 1R losses, 1R loss, plus 2R win at the end, finishing the day off break even. So as you can see here, break even on these. All 10 accounts are the same. I'll show you guys my trade copier. Here we are. Tradeify accounts. My Topstep accounts aren't showing on here. So the first 2 trades, since I took that first trade, it was a large loser, and it brought my drawdown down. And those accounts, 3 of those hit the daily drawdown of $1,000. So those are I wasn't able to trade afterwards. Here we can see Tradeify all break even, $31. My funded futures basically break even. Apex accounts all basically break even, right? All right, guys, I'm back. Quick little recap here. At the end of the day, just got home from work, and I want to give you guys an update on this one too. I ended up taking one more trade in the day. I was break even to finish the day, as you guys saw. 3 trades, 2 wins, 1 loss, and I felt like if I were to be disciplined and patient and wait for the right setups, I could possibly take one more to potentially either win or it'd be a loser. I wasn't going to take any more trades after that. I was one and done, and we got a setup. So I'll show you guys through here. A quick view of it. On this, I zoomed out of the 4-hour. So you see here, there's a high major pivot here. Pivot area we have here marked on the charts. If you zoom in the 1 minute, zoom in here. The 1 minute price came in here. Tapped this one first, didn't give a valid setup. Came in, tapped the 4-hour gap here, another hourly pivot, and gave this 1 minute here setup or gap. Once price came back, closed below it, this is where I entered in on the trade. Got in here, took a little bit of heat, came down, worked in my favor. Usually, or before, when I used to trade this close to the close or market imbalance, around 12:45, I would put a stop loss to break even. Regardless of where the trade was, I'd make sure to get out. I didn't want the market on close imbalance to shift in my way or against me or anything like that, because it's some random news events that you never could control. So, but unfortunately, today I didn't do that. I forgot about that process that I had, and price came through, came out here. News came out at 12:50, and as you can see, the spike up here came down, took me out for a full loser. So the day was break even, but came back, took another trade. If you ask me if I were to take this trade again, I'll tell you I'll take this trade 10 out of 10 times. So it was a solid setup, solid risk on the trades, and it is what it is. It just didn't work out this time, and whatever, win some, you lose some. So again, I'm heading out of here. I'm done for the day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.